So, what if I told you there's this silent killer lurking in your company? One that's draining productivity and honestly costing you a ton of money every single week. It's not what you're thinking. Nope. It's hiding in plain sight. It's your internal search bar.
You know the feeling, right? You're on a deadline. You know that Q3 sales report is somewhere on the company network. So you type in sales and bam, you're hit with a tidal wave of totally irrelevant files from like 2012. Sound familiar? Yeah. If you've ever wanted to just toss your computer out the window in a moment like that, trust me, you are not alone. Okay, let's think about this for a second. Your company's information, it's like its lifeblood. And if it's not flowing freely, the whole system just gets sick. So let's put on our lab coats and run a full diagnostic. We're going to figure out what's clogging up the arteries and, more importantly, how to get things flowing smoothly again. Right. The very first step in any diagnosis is you got to listen to the patient. And in this case, the patient is your team, and their symptoms are all the ways they use, or let's be real, misuse, that search bar. And believe me, it is way more complex than you'd think. So what's really fascinating here is how this breaks down into 4 common search personalities. First, you've got your snipers. They know exactly what they're looking for, like Q3 2023 sales report. Easy. But then you've got the explorers. They type in a vague term like just sales and end up completely lost in a jungle of old results. Oh, and we can't forget the librarians who search by author. And my personal favorite, the amnesiacs, who are just trying to find their own work from last week. Recognizing these patterns is absolutely the first step to finding a cure. Okay, so we've identified the symptoms. Now, how do we actually confirm our diagnosis? Well, it's time to open up our diagnostic toolkit. We've got 3 really powerful tools that are going to give us all the data we need. First up, we go data mining. Seriously. Your intranet search analytics are a total goldmine of information. What are the most common search terms? And more importantly, what are those searches to nowhere that keep leading to dead ends? This is where you find the X that marks the spot of your team's biggest frustrations. Next, we got to get out of the spreadsheet and talk to actual people. You know, data tells you what is happening, but interviews, they tell you why. You will be absolutely amazed at the insights you'll get when you just ask folks, hey, what's the most frustrating thing about finding information around here? And to get that big picture, 30,000-foot view of the problem, we deploy surveys. These are your secret weapon for getting feedback from everybody, especially your remote and frontline workers who you might not talk to every day. A quick pulse survey can uncover these system-wide issues you might have totally missed in those one-on-one interviews. All right, we've run the tests, we've crunched the data, and we have a diagnosis. Now for the good part, the cure. We've got a 10-step treatment plan that's going to transform your intranet from a source of frustration into a productivity powerhouse. Let's write this prescription. First things first, we have to build a solid foundation. This is all about your content. Step 1, you have to tag everything like a librarian on a mission. Keywords, author tags, and this is so important, your company's internal slang and acronyms. If everyone calls the marketing department the dream team, then tag it that way. And finally, no more vague headlines, please. Q4 marketing strategy is a search engine's best friend. With our foundation in place, now we can focus on the user experience. This is where the magic really happens. We're going to make searching for info as easy as ordering a pizza. Implement filters so people can slice and dice the results however they want. Declutter that digital attic. Get rid of all those old, dusty files. And my personal favorite, enable quick previews. Letting people peek inside a document without having to open it? Oh, it's a total game changer. The final piece of this puzzle is all about people and process. I mean, you can have the best tech in the world, but if people don't use it right, it's worthless. So let's create a web of knowledge by linking related content together. Think of it like a Wikipedia for your company. Let's put that search bar front and center on every single page so it's impossible to miss. We're going to train our team to become search ninjas. And finally, we make tracking analytics a regular habit so we can keep getting better and better. So we have gone through a lot here. We've diagnosed the problem, we've laid out the entire treatment plan, but you might be thinking, is all this effort really worth it? And the answer is a resounding yes. Let's talk about the payoff, because a healthy search function isn't just a nice little perk, it's a massive strategic advantage. Okay, get ready for this. According to Forbes, your knowledge workers are wasting nearly 20% of their time just looking for information. Let me put that in perspective for you. That's like paying every single employee to do absolutely nothing for one full day every single week. When you think about it that way,
Fixing your search isn't a cost. It's one of the best investments you could possibly make.
And hey, it's not just about the bottom line. Think about your own experience. How do you feel when you can't find what you need to do your job? Frustrated, right? Demotivated? Well, Gallup research confirms what we all kind of know intuitively. Having the right tools is a huge driver of employee engagement. A powerful search engine is so much more than a tool. It's a vote of confidence in your team.
So what's the happily ever after in this story? Well, when you fix your search, you unlock this amazing cascade of benefits. Productivity just soars. Stress plummets. Your customer service team becomes this well-oiled machine, finding answers in seconds. And in our hybrid world, collaboration becomes seamless. It's a win-win-win-win. So if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Your internal search is not just some feature you can ignore. It is the very foundation of your company's collective intelligence. It's the bedrock that knowledge sharing, productivity, and collaboration are built on. And if that foundation is cracked, everything else will eventually start to crumble. So I'll leave you with this challenge. Go back to your own organization and ask yourself this simple question. Is our intranet a helpful guide, or is it a chaotic maze? The answer is going to tell you a whole lot more about the health of your company than you might think. Thanks for digging in with me.